It's currently 11/20/25, roughly 08:41 Eastern Time. I was just pondering the connection to my other video from earlier this cycle, where I stated the American government is a terrorist. Um, as I say, all the whites that was fighting against Mr. Colin Kaepernick, and then turned around 2-3 years later support George Floyd after he being murdered. So you know what I mean, yeah, of course, pump fake. But then none was even done. But yet hijacked that movement for immigrant. I mean, for what you call it, Asian Protection Act, which it says you can never get, and also for affirmation of homosexuals. Also, if you remember, it transferred. It was going into election year, so it went from that to all of a sudden I was baffled. Free health care and free education. Just throwing Mr. Floyd under the bus and showing you why they really joined on. But even worse, I believe it was, I forgot what amendment it is, but it states that every citizen is guaranteed peace, liberty, and safety. So you shouldn't even, as a black man or any being in America and born in America or have a visa, whatever the case, I guess even illegal immigrants, I guess you can't. You're not supposed to oppress a being at all. Remember, you're so sorry for slavery. But as a black man, you shouldn't have to fight for what nobody else has to fight for. You should be able to just go out there and live in peace, right? But no. You have to have bills like Mr. George Floyd, which ironically was denied. It was one of the 3 bills on the table of President Biden. And 2 of 3 was passed. The LGBT, well, 1 was affirmed. The LGBT is protected under the Civil Rights Act, and the Asian Protection Act is under the Civil Rights Act. But yet, Mr. Floyd passed the House, or the Senate, whatever, and failed the House. It failed the Senate. However, you become first and then last. But then I even Googled. Well, yeah, is that research? Like, what basically is just modern day going to the library, just bring the library to your phone. You know, back in the day, the 90s, you would read a bunch of different books to get one answer. So Google is saying just bringing information to you instead of having to go into skim through all these books, which I still have the ability to do, which helps you become more innovative because you're finding different ways to solve problems or find an answer. But after researching that, I saw that it stated, Amendment 13, Section 19 is not illegal or considered treason, which, I mean, not having safety, peace, and liberty because of law enforcement and whatever against blacks is treason. It's not treason because slavery is still legal. So the information, the source on which I got it from admitted that under the definition of treason, the American government is committing treason. But yet, because it's written in the Constitution, which therefore makes it constitutional through criminal punishment to put you in slavery. So they're admitting that it's treason and that it's a negative act and that it violates the democracy. Yeah, you tell them Socrates contradicts itself because it says every citizen has the right to freedom, liberty, but even that, it says exactly. It says, but yet it cannot be taken away without due process. So that shows you, black man, they never. Well, I say coons like that. Reason why you would never free. Slavery is abolished except through criminal punishment. Now, I'll go ask a first grader, what does accept mean? They'll say, hopefully, or go to the dictionary, or first grade, or at least somewhere in the elementary. Accept means, except for somewhere to happen, it doesn't apply. Okay, so, common grown man, God mind. Slavery is abolished. Abolish means to wipe away for good, right? Wordplay. Fork-tongued devil. Except through criminal punishment. Meaning it's not abolished Come on. Go get your dictionary. Type in modification. It's been modified for criminal punishment. Now all the revolution they was having back in the day gets put to death because it's no longer slavery revolution. Now they're calling you a criminal, as the Amendment 13, Section 12, I believe, states. No state, what was the number one loser of slaves in slave trade? Getting north, right? No state shall prohibit the return of a fugitive, aka or modified, or accept a slave from justice. So the American, yeah, exactly. The American government is committing treason, but because it's in the Constitution, it's not considered treason. Yeah, go ahead, Cooney. Enjoy. But yeah, they showed you. I say, Google, black Americans will be at zero income by 2053. Now you see the plan all along, right? Coddle you to destroy you. Have fun with that one. Return to That's How They Candor.